Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hopefully your belly is full and you had a great day with your family. Today here on Figure It Out, I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And we're going to be talking about the best Black Series improvements. What we're thankful for
Nate,
in the Black Series.
After making the Dark Ages video,
That was rough.
continuing our retrospective series just didn't seem right for Thanksgiving. I was like, I want to talk about what I'm thankful for. And then shout out to Germania in the Discord. I kind of last minute was just like, I don't want to do another episode of retrospective yet. What should we do? And then they came up with this idea. The
Sweet.
Best advancements throughout the line's history. The best improvements. Our favorite improvements that the Black Series has made. There are a ton of improvements, Nate. We've been in the line pretty much since the very beginning. And we're not going to hit them all, of course, because it's a lot.
Right.
We probably have like 5 or so. So, of course, we would like to hear from you guys. What is your favorite Black Series improvements that you've noticed over the course of the line's life?
Before we jump in, don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars, the Black Series here on the channel. Justin, you know what the first thing I'm thankful for is?
What's that?
That sweet, sweet photoreal.
Oh, yes.
Now, we've had this for quite some time, although Black Series was one of the last Hasbro lines to get photoreal. I remember being like looking at all the Marvel Legends figures, like looking through the glass, like, look at what they're getting.
Yeah, we finally got it around the middle of the red and black box. I think DJ was actually the first, but starting off with photoreal, I think this is the most important, the main positive improvement that they've made for the entire line. I think this is the most important one because we all know how the human faces in particular looked like before. Absolutely terrifying for some of them.
Yeah.
And then if you guys don't know what this is, it's like this new digital inkjet. It's like dots that are digitally printed onto the figure.
Yeah, it was something that we've actually seen for a long time from import figures, but it was a technology that I guess was just too expensive or maybe just wasn't there for like the, big companies like Hasbro. Yeah. I mean, even other action figure companies still to this day don't use it.
And McFarlane.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, McFarlane has one photoreal figure, but it's Ezra Miller Flash. So who cares?
Mid-Farland. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's night and day. And there are some instances where the character looks literally photorealistic, like you just plucked them from the show or the film. The entertainment, if you will.
Yes.
And I also love that it doesn't just apply to live action either. They've done some amazing photoreal renditions of things from the EU, animation, video games.
I was going to say, when you said that, Mara Jade instantly popped into my head as like an insane photoreal face that's based on a drawing.
Yeah, Bastila Shan, so there's video game love as well. So it's just amazing. And it, like I said, it really is a night and day difference. I think it brought a lot of people into the line.
Oh, certainly. And I think it also, kind of, like you said, it stepped the figures up in such quality that we've seen many figures now that have literally been on import level quality for half the price.
All you have to do, Hasbro, Chris, apply that matte finish.
Don't let the factory miss the memo.
Get your sticky notes out, Okay. I also think articulation overall has improved significantly. We have 3 key things here. The first thing I want to talk about, you guys know us here at Out of the Basement. We love those sweet, sweet butterfly joints. I think this was such a huge innovation with the line, particularly in 2020. Actually, 2019, because I know like Count Dooku, a few others.
Yeah, Mace Windu.
Yeah, Mace. But I mean, they started giving butters to everyone. Admiral Akbar has butterfly joints, so they just started giving them to everyone. I was like, I'm here for it. Jedi holding their lightsabers with both hands. With the single cut hinges, which is another one. We're big fans of the deep cut single hinge.
Yep, and also this benefits any character that holds a blaster with 2 hands, because it also gives you better posability for aiming down the sights, which is definitely something you'd want to do with your stormtroopers, your clone troopers, whoever it may be. And a lot of times, especially in the red and black box era, you couldn't do that.
Right. You were just...
All the First Order stormtroopers, you're like, great.
Yeah.
Can't hold the 2-handed blaster with 2 hands. Oh, but in the movie, they're all doing it. That's how they all hold it. No one holds it, actually, with 1 hand.
Yeah, true. So I just love the modern Black Series butterfly joint treatment.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the deep cut, single hinged elbows just are so fantastic. I know double jointed elbows are great, and on characters like Spider-Man, they're necessary.
True.
But for the most part, on Black Series figures, with the single elbow, they're not only better than when Black Series used to have double elbows, but even compared to other figures with double elbows, the range is like maybe a few degrees less.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not as significant as people make it out to be. And I feel like the Black Series is, of course, a line that is more so about aesthetics over anything.
Yeah, like visual look. So, like, if you check out our Black Series banger on the Imperial Stormtrooper, you'll know exactly what we mean by how the deep cut single literally has just as much, if not maybe even a little bit less, than the double joints of the original Stormtrooper. And that's because it's an armored character. So, like you said, it's not Spider-Man wearing skin-tight costume. These are characters that are wearing robes, you know, with heavy, you know, robe draped sleeves, or armored characters. So it just visually looks better as well.
Right. And with the single cut elbow too, you also do gain elbow swivel, which is something that double jointed doesn't have unless it's an import figure. I'm talking domestic here.
Yeah, when we talk about this, we're just comparing it to Black Series before.
Right.
We're not comparing it to any other lines, or it's the single cut of Black Series is just as good as the double joints of Black Series. Not better than double joints of like Marvel Legends.
Right.
Just Black Series. Another innovation that has only been on a few figures, but I really hope it sticks around, is ball jointed wrists, which is literally import articulation. That is like high-end import articulation. We saw it with Figure and Dan. I think that was a Black Series first. But we've also seen it recently with Hera and Marak, and I'm just like, can we keep this going, please?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that we saw the return of the ball joints with Hera and Marak, but Lothal, Ezra, Sabine, Huyang, like none of the other Ahsoka characters got the ball joints.
They're kind of picking and choosing, but I'm like, keep that up, please.
Yeah, I wonder if Balin and Shin are going to have ball jointed wrists or not. I don't know specifically.
Luke, let us know, because
people
you
that
have those figures.
People that live in the future, like Luke.
Another innovation I really like is the torso overlays, just in general. I don't really remember when we started noticing these, but they, can potentially offer more unique characters, out of a buck.
Right.
You know, you have your body sculpt for the figure, but then there have been instances where It's just a loose overlay, and then they can swap the overlay out and make a completely different character design. We've seen this with Sergeant Creel, where it's like the 2020 Stormtrooper body, but hey, swap out the overlay for something a little more accurate, and you have a new character. Deathwatch Mando, another one that has the overlay, and they're getting some reuse out of that as well. It also offers some better articulation, like Marok is one, whereas, torso goes a little bit deeper.
Right.
And the 2023 clone as well. I love how it's loose, and I just think it doesn't hinder the articulation as much.
Yeah, and it also helps that it's typically a softer plastic piece, which I have to imagine is cheaper to manufacture. So instead of going through the process of doing like a hard mold, they can just cast, the chest armor or whatever. And then, B, since it is flexible, it gives you that little bit of extra range that just feels so nice.
Yeah, so whether the actual torso sculpt is reuse or not, it doesn't matter because it's an alternate overlay piece. So in a way, I mean, there could be some figures that have been reused that we didn't even really acknowledge that they're reuse.
Right, unless we cut the overlay off, which who's really doing that besides like a customizer or something.
And then even at that point, the reuse doesn't even really matter anymore. Yeah. It's just a nice little way to get more variety and better articulation in the line.
You know what else I'm thankful for, Justin? And this is something that people think is somehow worse nowadays, but character selection.
Oh.
I legitimately have a hard time understanding when Black Series collectors complain about the variety nowadays, because it is a complete 180 from the Dark Ages, aka Red and Black Box, aka nothing but sequel trilogy and Rogue One figures until the end of time.
This video almost in a way is like the antithesis of the Dark Ages video. If you guys haven't seen that video, please do. If you think we're spitting crazy talk here, watch that video, then come back and explain yourself. The character variety used to be null. I remember way back when we started collecting the line, and it was like, we thought they were never going to do Captain Rex. We never thought they were going to do Ahsoka Tano from Clone Wars. We never thought they were going to do Count Dooku at one point.
Yep. There was a point in time where our most wanted Black Series figures were Count Dooku, Mace Windu,
yep.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, like really simple, basic characters that you would assume would have already existed in a line at that point in time. But no, it took all the way up until end of 2018, beginning of 2019 for us to finally start getting just a sliver of more variety in terms of characters other than just whatever the new movie is or stuff like that. And even now we still get a pretty decent balance between, yes, there's new media, new show figures all the time, but we're still getting Clone Wars figures. We're getting, stuff that we would have never gotten in the past.
True. For me, this started, again, Galaxy packaging for me, and I know you as well. That's like kind of the symbol of the golden age way back in 2020. If you just take a look at those mainline waves, I know this graphic is huge and convoluted, but just take a few moments to look at the variety. I know there is a lot of new media oversaturation. There almost always has been, with the exception of when Disney first bought Star Wars and it took them a few years to make their own film.
Right. And
then we got Red and Black Box. But there is such a nice balance in mainline of OT, prequel era stuff, well, to a certain extent.
Right.
More so now.
Right.
Stuff from the TV shows. We were getting, like, Clone Wars figures, Empire Strikes Back figures, stuff from The Mandalorian, of course. It just seemed like a breath of fresh air compared to nothing but... I mean, guys, they went, like, 5-6 waves, and we got, like, maybe 1 or 2 non-Disney figures back in those Red and Black Box. And now it's like they're going hard with prequel stuff. We got the Super Battle Droid coming. We have the Destroyer Droid coming. We just got the Magna Guard, Pre-Vizsla, Clone Wars, Ahsoka Season 3. We just got a new 2023 upgrade Clone Trooper body with a 501st Army Builder and a plane. We have Kid Anakin, Padme, Clones of the Republic line.
I think it's safe to say
Ki-Adi-Mundi.
that after all of these years, Justin, of us banging the prequel Black Series drum, Hasbro has finally heard it.
Yes.
And clearly, the figures must be doing pretty well because they are going deeper than they ever have with Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah, Ki-Adi-Mundi. Ayla Secura just came out. Like, let's keep the train going. I actually am super excited for 2024. I think prequel era fans are going to be eaten so well in 2024. Another thing I think has significantly improved is online distribution and exclusive availability.
For sure.
Shit's easy. I'll say it.
Yeah. Honestly, as long as you're there when the pre-order listing goes live or the figure goes in stock, which obviously, like we've always said, best way to do that is follow people like Yakface on Twitter and Instagram.
Join our Discord.
There are resources out there for you to make sure that you'll never miss an exclusive figure. So it's really hard to kind of play that excuse of like, oh, I missed it. Unless, of course, like you're at work and something drops in the middle of the day, which does happen. And it's happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, 5s this year. I know that happened.
But
it happens a couple times. But overall.
I mean, but also like 5s went into stock like 67 times after that, and I believe is now just sitting.
Maybe.
So he ended up being pretty easy to get. It was just like the initial drop was a little panicky.
Yeah, there's a few instances of exclusive pre-order panic, but nothing like the Target exclusive Clone Wars wave where they just took no pre-orders and you had to go to the store to try your luck, or the Walmart exclusive Clone Wars wave, like back when they were getting whole waves that were exclusive to them. Nothing like that has happened in like probably like 2 years.
Yeah, and I even think like getting some of like the more crazier like box sets, like back in the day. You remember we'd be like, oh man, look at this Grand Admiral Thrawn. He comes with this, this, and this, and this. Oh, but it's San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, so there's a 0% chance I'm going to get that.
Cad Bane and Toto, I missed out.
Right, but now it's like,
Star Killer,
easy. We got the amazing Star Killer set, which, I'm sure some people are going to say, well, it's because it was so expensive. But in the past, had that come out, and it had been some sort of convention exclusive like it technically was for PulseCon, we would have never gotten it. And so I feel like availability all around for the crazy sets, the store exclusive figures, general mainline stuff. It's just
con exclusives, and especially mainline is cake. Mainline didn't always used to be so easy to get, but now I would even make the argument that physical store location distribution has improved, but that's more anecdotal and like personal experience, so I guess I wouldn't consider that in this official video.
Yeah.
But I think physical stores have improved as well. I mean,
definitely.
Go to GameStop.
I mean, Justin, even think like 2 years ago, how hard it was to get Bad Batch Hunter and Crosshair.
Yeah, true.
And those were mainline figures. And they were difficult to get.
And now it's like I don't even really pre-order mainline anymore. I just wait for it to go in stock on Big Bad or Amazon.
Like years past, we would have had to worry about the Clone Trooper. We would have had to worry about the Magna Guard. We would have had to worry about Ahsoka.
I even find Walmart exclusives now.
Yeah,
like everywhere I go, all those Bad Batch ones, and
it might, take a little bit longer.
True,
but
they
have shown up much better, much better. Even from this year to 2 years ago, the distribution is on a whole other level.
And most importantly, you guys, and this is cause for big celebration, no more Walgreens exclusives.
Yes. Yeah, this year Walgreens jumped officially out of the exclusive fig game. Now, they still do have figures. I actually was at my local Walgreens the other day getting some batteries for the Holocom Han Solo, because I didn't have any AAA batteries.
Right here. It's going straight to the set.
But I had to get them for the review. So I checked the fig section. They still had Black Series. They had Obi-Wan Kenobi Vader, and that was it.
Hey.
And I was like, actually, that'd be a cool pickup for someone that didn't have that figure.
True, yeah. So, they still have figures, toys, but they don't have exclusives, which is just, thank goodness.
Beautiful. It's wonderful, but of course, that means Tom's out of a job. Oh my God. I'm ruined. I'm finished.
So what do you guys think have improved in the Black Series over the years? Is it Galaxy packaging? Are you a big fan of the packaging change? Do you like less gummy plastic?
Ooh.
Do you like better case assortments, like not double packing Lando?
What about triple packing Cassian, Jin, and Krennic?
Yeah. Or maybe, do you think there's more soft goods? Because there's been an uptick in soft goods as well.
Definitely.
Over the course of time. What do you guys think have been your favorite improvements in the Black Series? Let us know.
And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars, the Black Series here on the channel. And as a reminder, you could have been watching this video a whole lot earlier if you are in a position to help support out the channel at the Basement Battalion channel membership level. There is a link for that down in the description. We do also have another tier as well. Check that out. It is the best way to support us. But no worries if you cannot.
Yeah, it is Thanksgiving, so I also just wanted to say thank you, everyone.
Yes.
From the bottom of our hearts, just the fact that anyone watches, anyone at all watches our content will forever give me some satisfaction, warm our hearts.
That's right.
So thank you to the channel members, Basement Battalions, and Dwellers alike, people who watch, subscribe, like.
Literally anyone who just watches.
Yep. Shout out to the Discord. Join that Discord. Thankful for you all in the Discord as well. And happy Thanksgiving.
I'm Nate. Join with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement. At the Basement Battalion channel membership level. At the Basement Battalion channel. Yeah.